What's good, people? Welcome back to the video. Today we're checking out Young Thug, Barter 6, the full album. This one's been on the cards for a minute, to be honest. I've been saying I'm going to check it out, and we're finally diving in to his discography to an extent. Hopefully we're going to keep the ball rolling after this one, but this has been a highly recommended album for the longest time. Even before I was checking out Thug, I've just heard murmurs of this being a fantastic project. So I'm just very much looking forward to it, man. Everything we've heard on the channel from Thug so far has been brilliant, especially Check, which is off this project. That's the one track I've heard off this project, and easily one of the best Thug tracks I've heard, even though I haven't heard too much. But if we're going off that track and sort of stylistically, I'm just ridiculously excited, man. Before we jump into it, guys, if you're new around here, please drop a sub. We're on the road to 5k, and we're trying to hit that as soon as possible. From me to the description below, and of course, drop a like and a comment on the video as well. I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's just get straight into this, man. Let's get straight into it. I'm far too impatient. Track 1, Constantly Hating, featuring Birdman. Let's check it out. I'm hyped, man, I'm not gonna lie. Everything I've heard has been so fun.
Man, so you ain't gonna put pop that a motherfucker bed. Popped in a motherfucker coupe. Pulled up on the Birdman. I'm a beast, I'm a beast, I'm a mobster. You got 50 old that you'll be my spoilers for the night. I can cheese him up, I piece of him, I roll him. I'm a gangster, I don't damn baby, I poke. Right now, I'm
loving how slow it is, man.
I heard I put it in a spot, yes, sir, she told me.
Hey.
My nigga fucking these niggas, why it's so low? We not friendly either, you know what? Yeah, thumbs up. Home see more hoes in the golf course, hold on the trunk up.
Bro, I'm loving this introduction so far, man. It's a bit slower, like I mentioned, than usual, and I'm sort of liking it. It feels quite spaced out. Seems like he's having a lot of fun. So one thing I said earlier, one of his projects, so much fun. You get the idea. He just has so much fun, man. He exudes confidence, and you can just tell he's just enjoying himself, and it really comes out in the music. I love the bit just then where it went quite quiet. He was almost whispering to an extent, and then the high pitch comes back in, kicks back in, but not too intense. You know, there's some really dirty, heavy bass, but overall the track's quite slow. I think it's just a nice introduction, man.
You got some robbing, little nigga, we got some bad ones. I let that chopper block get back, son. You got no MJ niggas, I got no Jacksons. But really, what is it to do with the whole world constantly hating on you?
I'm from that motherfucking know you nigga. Birdman, a break a nigga nose, lil' nigga.
Okay.
You need to slow your fucking roll, lil' nigga. We created kids on shoulders, nigga. I'm a scary fucking sight, lil' nigga. Bitches know that I am Birdman, that's OG.
Ooh, love that flow.
Really, what is it to do with the whole world constantly hating on you? Pussy nigga, hold they nuts masturbating on you.
Okay, guys, that was track 1, Constantly Hating. Great introduction, man. I really enjoyed that. I love the contrast of Birdman and Young Thug. I hadn't, to be honest with you, this is how uneducated I am, is that I didn't even know Birdman really rapped. Like, I knew he was the head of, is it Cash Money? My knowledge on this is awful, but I've only ever heard bad things about the guy, or the controversy with Wayne and shit like that. So hearing him on a track actually rapping is really intriguing, because I didn't even know, I wasn't aware he was really an artist, to be honest with you. So that was something new to hear, and I think the contrast between Thug's sort of quite playful style and then Birdman's more sort of intense rap aggression, if you will, I thought the contrast was really dope. And I really enjoyed that one, man. Like I was mentioning, I love just straight away every time I hear Thug, it's the different stuff he does with his vocals that makes him stand out from the crowd, in my personal opinion. I think the way he can switch up and go, that really light, the pitch change, he can go quite low, but he can also go very high. The sort of different ad-libs he plays around with. Just an extremely creative dude, and I think his confidence, the amount of confidence he has to do certain stuff, I feel like really, like I said, makes him stand out from the crowd. Right, track 2, With That, featuring Duke. Never heard Duke before. There's quite a few artists on here, by the way, that I haven't really heard before. So as well as listening to Young Thug, we're also checking out some other artists I haven't heard before. So let's jump straight into it, man.
We got London on the track.
Good start.
100 been dropped on the head of any nigga want it, man.
Woo.
Popping your Zanny, I'm fast, I'm so fast, I'm so faster than Sunny, man. True to man,
Okay,
true to
we've
man,
arrived.
true religion, Buddha, man. Pull up on the curb, then you hop out and be through with it.
I love how aggressive the beat is, man. It's like simple, it's so effective and so hard.
Yes, you not cool. No, you not boo. I don't get no damn, I'm not calling you boo. My bitch, she a Jew. You can't prove a point, but you know you so doomed.
Lyrics are still iffy.
That's why I'm so lost with no clue. She made that dick grow, now it be like a town.
Really interesting, like alien-like filter.
100 been dropped on the head of any nigga want it, man.
That hook is crazy.
closer than Sunny, man.
He's sliding.
True to man, true to man, true to my nigga, true religion, Buddha, man.
Dude, the delivery's crazy.
I'm so fresh like this detergent. If you're not fresh, you
So fresh like detergent.
If you are a nerd, everything you not cool with it. Pull up, hop out on the block, they tucking their tail like a Hooter clan.
I'm assuming this is Duke then, yeah? Give me some more context on the artist below, I'd really appreciate it.
As soon as they land, we moving
the features, I
mean. On the OGs, they influence me. Alright, man, count minded, nigga.
Okay, that was track 2 with that, featuring Duke. I enjoyed that, man. I enjoyed that. I liked sort of the step up we took in intensity to an extent with that one. It felt a lot more aggressive. Duke, who I'm imagining was on the hook. Big fan, man. Love how he was sliding through. Love the flow. Love the delivery over that as well. Big fan. Big fan. That's the sort of beats I'm expecting. I really did enjoy the first track, how it was a bit slower. But I think just listening to these sort of tracks just gets you quite hyped up. And I'm interested by Duke. Is he one of Thug's prodigies or just one of Thug's guys? I'm not entirely sure. Let me know, of course. But that was a good track, man. Good track. We got a good start so far. Track 1, track 2, solid. Right, track 3, Can't Tell, featuring T.I. and Boozy Badass. So I know T.I. heard brief stuff. I actually heard him majority of the time on Travis shit, and we checked out some of Travis's older stuff. So, you know, I know he's dope. I know he's a good lyricist. I'm looking forward to hearing him. And Boozy Badass is another person that I've heard of, but never listened to his music. But if anything, I've heard quite a lot of controversy around him, again, like Birdman. So it's going to be interesting, man. But, yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah.
It's just the
Niggas say they
noise.
fuck with you, I can't tell. $500,000 Chevelle. I got bricks, birds for retail. I call the spot elementary, cause I keep a kill around.
He sounds fucked up.
All my aces, if you play, they make you graded, baby. I might shoot you in your head, and that is no more thinking. What's that boy? I leave you dead and call it dedication. I put that inside my drink, they call it medication.
Pull up, roll up, hoe up. I'm sitting in a soda. Push up on your bitch, shout it. I didn't even know. Hey, see that, but I throw up really one I ever seen. Got a crown better on that thing. Get the gang got a throne better on that thing. Blood dope dealer and a well-known king and a killer pin on how you put your spin on things.
Okay, crazy, man. Crazy, dude. Love it, love it, love the feel of this, love the attitude over it. Thug sounding pretty fucked up on the intro, to be honest, but the way T.I. comes in, man, his flow and his delivery from the brief stuff I've heard is so impressive, but the way he just sounds so relaxed, like he's sliding over this effortlessly, and the bars as well, they're always solid from T.I. I feel like he's relatively underrated, again, from the brief stuff I've heard. I can't talk on him too much, because I would be bullshitting you, but from the stuff I've heard, he's really dope, and this just sounds great, man. The way he's flowing through this beat, this is the sort of beat, man. This and the past track, his beats are just so hard, but he just works around them so well.
They're like asking me how my bread I sing.
It's his accent as well, that southern accent. There's something about it, man.
Nigga, then fuck with her. But if you got a problem with it, then fuck with her. If you ashes to ashes, dust dust.
Never had time to rap and cap and doubt. He traps like ice and lamp. I can't adapt. I read the slap. I read the pop. His cap and nap. His mom, his app, his dad, his cat. 2004, I was screaming everything. Gucci, no big cat. And we was getting up ride with them K's so that all these big racks. Fuck a officer.
I feel like when I go, woo, I've stolen that from Thug, quite obviously.
Fucking hoes off for ya. When you get some new money, turn new.
The vocals sound good, man.
Wish you woulda, coulda.
Doesn't even sound like there's that much auto-tune.
Sit down and get rich like a booker. Might drop the top up off it.
Dude, this beat, man.
Hit it like I'm on a blue dolphin. You ain't read the paper. You ain't seen the news. Got a team of goons about action.
Okay.
Started, but I finished it so nasty. Axe. They know about me. I'm so Keisha with the 9 rockabye, baby.
Okay, that was track 3, Can't Tell. Favourite so far, I know we're only 3 tracks in, there's something about that, man. Not gonna lie, Boozy Badass, wasn't overly impressed, but I also feel like it's really hard as a feature to come up after T.I. with a feature like that from him. It's sort of difficult, but something about his voice and his delivery just wasn't, it didn't grasp me too much. But I'm sure he has other tracks, and this is one track, first time I've ever heard him, so I'm not going to judge him too hard on that. If you guys want to give me any more context on Boozy Badass, I ask this every single video, but I genuinely read all the comments and take in all the information you guys give me, because I do find it very interesting. So if you want to do that, feel free. But overall, just that track was great, man. I love the beat. I did enjoy the use of features. I felt like it was cool. Just T.I.'s, man, just blew everything out of the water in my opinion. Thug as well, really dope. I love this sort of like again, it's more effortless, but in a different sense, as if like he literally, it sounds like he is not giving a shit. And again, that's down to the confidence thing. He's just sort of riding over it, and there's just not a lot of punctuation from time to time, but it still sounds really good. Like, it's just like he is, it sounds like he's fucked up that when he's flowing, if you know what I mean, which I think is a common theme. And just, you know, the different sort of like pitch going up and down, the vocals, like I said, it's just the same, man. It's just normal Service Resumes, but that was easily one of my favourite tracks so far out of the 3 tracks we've checked out. Right, track 4, Check. Already heard this, can listen to it anyway. Just ride out. If you want to see the single track reaction to this, my first reaction, I'll put it in the description below. We're going to listen anyway, I always do, just so we get a full experience of the album. So let's check it out.
I got 3 white bitches like it's powder day. Mink coat with the rolls like
this is so good, man. I've had this on rotation ever since I heard it, man. Constant. This beat drop, bro. Those hats, man, just everything about this track is so good. The way he slides over this, man, seriously. So impressive. The sirens, just everything about the beat and the production. This. Woo. Okay, that was Check. I'm going to cut that really short. I always cut the tracks I've already heard short because I'm just going over the same shit. Again, if you want to check it out, it's in the description below. But we're going to move on. Right, track 5, Never Had, featuring Young Dolph. I've heard of Young Dolph, don't think I've heard a song. Usual shit, basically, so far. Let's check it out. Sounds like a weird, distorted sort of trumpet or something.
Pussy niggas acting like they never had shit. All these bitches acting like they never had shit. I got a bad bitch, she say she always had shit. All these flawless diamonds got it looking glassy. Get that nigga slipping, I'ma do him nasty.
Evil.
Check out my attire, this expensive fabric. All your bitches that busted, they live in your house. Where goes up, come down, my nigga, north, south. I done ran up them M's without a tour now. She done stuck up a game, Christian Couture now. These niggas thought that they knew it, but they don't know now. Hot out my bed and hot right in the farm. Ayy. Bitch, don't get close to some motherfucking
that ad-lib, man.
Ayy. Warning you, suck that dick good on the motherfucking warden.
It's definitely the more evil vibe,
man. She away from my weed like it farted. I beat that pussy, yo, she loud as a parade. I got 1 million, but only 10 in the bank. I taste a sample, I only buy if it's dank. I cook fish,
almost like that vocal in the back.
Same time like tank. What? I was born in 91, 23 years old with a whole lot of stank. 5-star motherfucker, baby, can you feel my pain?
Bro, I'm liking this, man. It's a bit different to the other ones. I mean, it's not quite grasping me as much as the other ones, honestly, but I'm enjoying the versatility. I'm enjoying this sort of quite evil, darker vibe. Even the lyrics as well, you know? Like, he's going a bit deeper in. So there's a bit more substance in a sense, you know, even though I'm not going to claim to think that Thug has a lot of substance, but it just does seem a bit darker and just a bit villainous almost, and the beat's aiding with that. And this little, like, I don't know exactly what it is, but this choir, not quite a choir, it sounds like one person, but this vocal in the background, and there's just quite evil, darker sounds. But I'm enjoying the versatility, man. Let's get back into it.
I got a bad bitch, she say she always has shit.
Oh shit, I forgot about Young Dolph. Okay, let's bring it, man.
Slipping, I'ma do him nasty.
Took the roll on, put the violin back on. Walk in the room and I cut the lights on. Why you spinning like that? Cause I ain't never had shit. This that real nigga paper route, YSL shit. Never loved a bitch, but I love money. In the church paying my tithes with drug money. Went got a new plug, got mama a new house and a couple new coupes. That how a young nigga live. Couple bitches good weed, that how a nigga chill. New York nigga say that young nigga ill.
His voice is working so well with this.
Just to kill. Hey, my uncle always told me pack the steel. Hey, nigga thugger, that my motherfucking brother from a motherfucking nutter. I'ma show you how to make magic.
Okay, that was track 5, Never Had It, featuring Young Dolph. I enjoyed that, man. I think Young Dolph's inclusion in that was great. I never heard him before. I just loved his cadence and his attitude on that, to be honest. The lyrics as well, his voice was so heavy, and I think it really aided to the beat. I think Thug sounded fantastic, but I honestly think Dolph sounded better on it, and I think it was just down to his voice and some of the stuff he was saying. Just a lot darker. I think that, like I said this before, but the overall track was just very dark, eerie, quite villainous, and I think Young Dolph matched up with that really well. But I quite enjoyed it, man. I'd like to hear some more stuff from him, to be honest with you. Again, more context on Young Dolph, I'd really appreciate it. He also mentioned YSL, which I'm pretty sure is Thug's. Is it Thug's label? I'm not educated enough to know. I'm not going to say it again, more context in the comments below. Right, track 6, Dream, featuring Yak Gotti. So, we've heard Yak Gotti on Take It to Trial the other day. A few of you let me know that he's sort of been a long time friend of Thug. I think he only got out of prison recently and he's taking the music shit a bit more seriously, which I'm hyped for. And he sounded cool on Take It to Trial. I wasn't completely convinced, honestly, when you pair him up against Thug and Gunna, but, you know, now it's time to prove himself, if you will. So let's check it out. Ooh, got another slow one. Thug's version of a slow jam.
Rich shit, I eat fish and grit. Can't be pulling with my dog, just like Michael Vick. I don't get no damn if they throw it off, I won't fucking miss. Talk to the hand while I talk to band.
Dude, the fact that he can flow so smoothly on such a slow beat.
Ain't talking those hands. Sit still on cool, cut me, pull up in this brand. PS3, I'm not playing. Go gentle on my little man.
Jeez, man, PS3.
I'm booted up, I couldn't land. My car is fast, I should drag. Versace white, look like clay. Don't care if he crip, he still fam. Hey, how you doing? I'm your guy that I got bodies on bodies.
Hey.
I'm with Thugger, that's my water. Yeah, my round, you smack a padre. And we silent, oh so silent. If I get caught, I won't say nothing. YSL, bitch, we mobbing, I'm for real. They be knocking. Sugar boy, I got you. Rico boy, I got you.
It's definitely sort of like taking, I don't know, the comfortability. Seems like he's plucked it from Thug slightly, and I loved it how he came in. Sounded so comfortable on the track.
Rich shit, I eat fish and grit.
I love that fish and grits. Right, that was Dream featuring Yak Gotti. I enjoyed that, man. Bit like track 1, bit slower, but still really hard. And I loved the hook. I loved everything about that track, to be honest. That was definitely a standout to me. And Yak Gotti, I think, showed me more in this than he did in that Take It to Trial, to be honest. I think Take It to the Trial felt quite run-of-the-mill, whereas this, just the way he came in straight away, sort of, again, it's this relaxed, sort of comfortable vibe that you can do some weird shit with your voice and you can switch up the flow and you don't have to worry about just how it sounds almost. That's the thing with Thug, is like, I think he probably, let me know in the comments below, but at the beginning of his career when he was doing all this sort of weird shit, I know there are other artists that have done that, but I'd love to know, was he clowned about it, or were people like, this is dope from the get-go? Because surely doing something so weird surely was not necessarily frowned upon but questioned, I wonder. Because I think it's so good, man. It's so good. Like, I love it. It just sounds so different, and the things he does with his vocals, I'll forever say, is so impressive. And I made this comment about him inspiring people, and I think a few people got a bit upset and said that there were other artists that had inspired him, and I'm sure there are, but I'm saying is that for me personally, I have never sat down and listened to someone in depth and really heard the stuff that Thug does with anyone else. I think vocally it's so impressive that, just like I keep saying over and over again, but the confidence he has to try these things, I think a lot of artists don't have, because there's that thing of you know, of being clowned for it, man. You know, someone, that cancel culture, so on and so forth. Just stay in your lane, bro. Do you know what I mean? And he seems like he didn't want to do that, and he just has so much fun, and he doesn't take himself too seriously, and it comes through in the music so much, and that's why it's such an enjoyable listen. But yeah, I think Yak Gotti may have taken that slightly and used it for his own gain, and I think it really worked. So that was a solid track, man. Dream, good track. Right, track 7, Dome, featuring Duke again. Let's check it out, man.
They dripping all over my motherfucking clothes. Let's go off the dome. I can't make it home. No, I felt that I boned her. She leaving aroma. They calling my phone. My girl like, what's going on? She sucking, put me in a coma. I nut on that fish on my sofa.
Sounding quite a space-like, like alien-like, that little thing in the back.
Couldn't fuck her all day and all night.
Hey.
I'm in that bitch with Lil Duke. No way, you can't be with me, you too. No way, put that bitch up from my deuce. Slow day, I'ma sell at least like 2. Thugger, what it do?
Hey.
In the fast lane, I'm a loser. All these drugs that we abusing. Addicted to winning, not losing. I'm in the kitchen just cooking. Middle finger to a bucket. Fuck 'em.
I'm loving this, man. I love how sort of Duke came in just for that short period of time, and it just brings something different to the track. I was saying it sounded quite space-like and quite alien-like, and then weirdly he mentions Cuddy, who's sort of the master of that, saying, I'm like Cuddy, I fuck her day and night. Like that, man. Smooth little bow. Voice broke, bro. Gotta be from excitement for this project. But bro, no, this is great, man. I'm loving sort of again the spaced out vibe of it, and it feels quite extraterrestrial almost.
And guess what? It ain't no stopping. Hop in the car and I'm wild and I'm styling. I hop out it cause I'm a driver. But nigga try me no edit bow. I'ma pull up and make it rain shower. I'm a little kid when it come to that pussy. I hop up like the ice is towel. Hop up, creep right up on them. Hit them with the AK-7 in the morning.
Oh, AK-7 in the morning.
He was still yawning. I'm running that city, you riding that loner. I'm running with owners. I'm running with armor. I'm not even thinking. I'm right up the dome. Let's go off the dome.
Okay, that was track 7, Dome, featuring Duke. I enjoyed that one, man. I enjoyed that, to be honest with you. Like I said, it was just a nice little vibe, man. You know, quite heavy, to be honest. But I love this sort of, like I said again, this sort of space feel I had to it. You know, it felt quite extraterrestrial in a weird way, which I think, like I said, that's why it was weird that you mentioned Cuddy. It's sort of, you know, it's the two worlds colliding. But I think Duke sounded really dope. He's had 2 pretty solid features on here so far. I'd say a lot of the features are good. I think the only one that really not necessarily let me down, because I didn't really listen to him before. I didn't think Boozy Badass's one was particularly memorable, honestly. But overall, I think the choice of features so far has been really impressive, and I've really enjoyed the majority of them, and I really like that track. Right, track 8, Halftime. Let's get it, man.
Thugger. Halftime. Half a perky, half a Zane, nigga. Halftime. Half a paper up, ate my nigga. Halftime. Tryna rock that stick, turn it body to halftime. Rock your dick.
Well, these like interesting, like futuristic sounds.
Rest on rest. Just might pull up on my swipe.
Some spaceship shit or something.
Black. You can motherfucking night 'em. All these pussy nigga wet. I'ma murk 'em every night. Pull up screaming blick. Got my motor out of Viper. Got a
hear that, like that pitch is carried through.
I can never love a fucker.
The voice, man, the breaks in his voice. It's got so much character to it.
I might show the rats and tease the bitch. I might want it, but I don't need the bitch. I like fish and water, I'm a bell. 17.5, I shave it like it's now. Like yeah, watch the kids like a day cow. I don't play game, no, I'm not the foul. I got Hot Wheels like a motherfucking gel. Chanel vintage, but this shit
I love the pace of it too, man. Bit of a quicker one. See, the beat's sort of the same, and it's just about him spitting over these, just flowing. He's definitely doing that. I'm loving it.
Fuck nigga, try me. I swear I got Lil Woody, pull up and pop at it, nugget. Bitch, I got water on, look like I'm fresh from Hawaii. Having this time, I'm motherfucking life.
Okay, that was track 8, Halftime. Enjoyed that one, man. Bit of a simpler one, bit more of a stripped back one, really. There was the beat just going throughout, not much really changed in the production too much. It seemed like it was just him just sort of flowing, man. Just sort of popping off to an extent. I think there's little breakdowns with really heavy auto-tune. Didn't really tickle my fancy, honestly, but overall I still enjoyed the track. I like the fact that he was just going off, man, just spitting off some shit. I was a fan of the beat. It's like, I think that was the word I was missing before. Is it's quite futuristic sounding vibe, which is interesting considering this album came out a while ago, you know, but you get what I'm saying, this futuristic sort of technology sort of sounding shit, like a spaceship, I think is what I mentioned. Yeah, but overall it was a good track. I wouldn't say it was a massive standout, but it was a solid one that I would definitely bump again, I think. Okay, track 9, Amazing, featuring Jacques. Let me know in the comments below how to pronounce that. I'm probably butchering that to fuck. I recognise the name, like I recognise how it's spelt. Don't think I've ever said it before. I don't know, man. I don't know any of these features on here, to be honest with you, apart from Yak Gotti from the other day. So let's just dive into it, man.
I was the man and you a thing. 1 and 2. Anytime
interesting,
I get mad, I
different.
can goodbye you. Goddamn, who the hell let rats in the house? King of lions who let the cats running out of the house.
Hey.
Houston, Texas, when I'm on land, I lean back like a couch. We that pussy
Ooh,
up.
those harmonies are lovely.
My found them great no how. I lost her near no buck. Still ain't on that Bentley truck. Stop playing, look.
Trying to work out what that instrument is. It's like hitting all the way through. I can't work it out.
Body like that little bitch lush. I pull up and chop at your cousin, your bus. Little nigga, you know what it was. You know what it is, you know what it does. I'm making your old lady
Loving
shake.
this, man.
She's sucking too slow, I'm impatient. My
It's a
diamonds so
lovely
wet
track
like
so
baby.
far. I'm loving the
Don't know where
vibe
to
of
go,
it.
I'm amazing. I might accept your apology. Man, you throw L's up if you ain't following. I am a beast, your life I will be swallowing.
Lovely voice, man, like butter.
I need a bottle of this. Man, I'm so tired of these niggas, man. I am so tired of these bitches.
Woo.
I'm so magnificent, studio working, I'm wearing the top like I'm pimping. Your bitch want my milk, I'm sitting at the top looking down at these wimps. Diesel just brought me your blunt and you know that it's stuffy, they cannot be empty.
Okay, easy, one of my favourite tracks so far. There's something about this, I'm loving the bop to it. I'm loving how positive it feels. I think it was great to hear a contrast of Jacquees. Please tell me how to pronounce that in the comments below, but the smoothness of the guy's voice, man. Like I said, it's like butter, bro. When you have a voice like that can contrast with this, I'm loving the upbeat style of this beat as well. And what is that instrument? I can't really hear it because there's so much other stuff shrouding it and I can't work out what it is. But it's the thing that's been riding through the whole time. But Thug sounds so much more clearer in this as well. He sounds a lot more like articulate, and he's punctuating a lot better. And you sort of understand him a bit more. And I'm just loving the production overall. It's just a lovely bop, man. It just feels so positive too. I'm just a massive fan of this one.
I went and make some money the right way. I went and make some money the same way. I went and make some money the good night way. Take some sand to the beach. Party with a couple foreign freaks. Kim K looking ho easy. Florida living nigga poke it beat. Yeah, and I'ma ride this bitch tonight. Hey, I'm thinking that this is not at work.
Okay guys, that was track 9, Amazing, featuring Jacquees. Probably one of my favourite ones so far, man. Definitely up there. Seriously, there was something about that I just thoroughly enjoyed. I think having that other vocal on there, I think before you've had a lot of rappers, man. Like a lot of hard rappers that can spit really aggressively and have this certain anger and attitude and evilness to their bars. Whereas this was a complete contrast to that. It was so smooth. I love the harmonies behind Thug's vocal. Thought it was really impressive. And I love just his little segment, like it's in probably halfway through. And then how it kicked back in with Thug, it's just really fast flow. Overall, I think the structure of that track was just so impressive. And I just love the production. Loved everything about that track, seriously. I always fucking forget every single time, man. If you got this out of the video, let me know in the comments below your top 3 favourite tracks off this project. I'd love to know. I'd love to compare between mine. And maybe tell me why that's the case, why they're your 3 favourite. I'd really be intrigued. And I'd love to know what people think of this track too, because I fucking loved it, man. I'm wondering if it's going to be a liked one or not. I'm not sure, because it's a bit different, some of the stuff we've heard, but yeah, man, great track. Right, track 10, Knocked Off, featuring Birdman. Another Birdman feature. First one was solid. Let's check this one out, man.
Hey. I'm gon' beat that pussy up just like a champion. I'm a beast inside these streets like a barbarian. Beast. Told my baby in this February we married. I might get knocked
Love
off.
that drawn out vocal.
I might get
In the back, backing vocal.
trying to join the team.
Stop. Yeah, we roll these bitches like they centipede. We get this money, flip some honeys, then we blow some G's. Yeah, I gave her life and then I showed her bees. We fucked the world, but now we overseas. Inside of the car, we stashed 100 bricks. We put it down and hit the town, we bout the money trips.
I'm not gon' pass, I'ma smash her. She want that nut, so I blast her. My belly gray like a pastor. Whipping that snow, no Alaska. Good head, she got her masters. Shout it all the way from down. Your money flat like a plasma. Good smoke is the bomb. I drink that while you be drinking red. I don't fall in love, I run over it instead.
Okay, that was track 10, Knocked Off, featuring Birdman. I like that one. I don't know. Didn't quite hit for me as much as the other ones. I say the Birdman feature wasn't as great as the first one. I think it was like rolling something over like centipedes. I think was the bar. I don't know why that was a standout one to me for some reason, but I just didn't enjoy that verse as much from him, and I thought overall that track just wasn't as impressive. I thought the beat was cool. It just wasn't a memorable track, I suppose is what I'm getting at. I think it might get better with another listen. I always mention that, you know, I listen to this album again and again and again. You know, just to get a better grasp of it after I've reacted to it for the first time. But overall, that just wasn't a huge standout to me. And just not a hell of a lot to say about it, really. It just didn't quite resonate with me as much as some of the other tracks. But I also think, coming off the back of some of the previous tracks we've recently listened to on here, that some of them were just so good. Like, specifically the last track, I feel like coming up after that is always difficult. But it was okay. Right, track 11, OD. I presume Overdose. Let's check it out.
Hey, bring me a lighter.
Already feeling quite...
Please.
Epic almost with that choir.
I think I'm ODing on drugs. Nigga, I started a fight inside the club. Never switched up on my brew, I'm not a dog. I got
loving this voice, male vocal.
Baby said she gon' help me out with my problems. I'm still streaming, fuck the crunch office. Yes, I'll hit you, won't go do a duck for my partner. Yeah, right in the back just like a stroll for my partner. Look if you buff for my partner. I show love for my partner. I'ma fuck a hoe and I leave the club just for my partner. I'ma pull off and take off on my plug, that for my partner. I can live life on the boat like nautical with my partner. R.I.P. Mike Brown for the cops. Streaming
Women, RIP Beanie, shooting up a block. No clock, little nigga, sit back and watch. Me, move all of these chicken, little nigga, don't pop. When my palm go to engine, boy, I get missing. I'm a young rich nigga, flipping, whoa. SLIME, yeah, wipe you know. Wipe it, I get that pussy in, not just the mileage, divide it, all in their mouth, no tried it. No baby, but I wipe it, I kiss it and good night it. I make love and I fight it, precise and yes, it's righteous. My luck and how I bike it, I fuck it all night, got sticks and I'm never scared, never frightened. So we stole the truck and smashed, she go tragic with her OD and on drugs. Nigga, I started a fight inside the club.
Okay guys, that was track 11, OD. I enjoyed that one, man. It felt a bit more personal than some of the other tracks and very simplistic production-wise. I really enjoyed the... I want to go with the choir, but I wouldn't call it a choir. It sort of reminds me of certain video games or some Lord of the Rings shit or something, you know? Like this is sort of male vocal, just really spaced out, airy sort of vocal that's just flying around. And this really light, I think it was hi-hats, I'm pretty sure, that was just sort of going through. It was good, it was just very simple, and some of the bars were, I say, quite personal. Some of the bars were personal, and then it sort of went back to a slightly wackier side, but it just felt like there was a bit more pain and emotion in his voice to an extent, you know, and it just felt, I don't know, it felt not so fun in a sense, I suppose, and I've been saying a lot of the project is fun. This felt a lot more dramatic and personal and quite atmospheric as well. I think that was aided by all the sounds in the background, like I mentioned, but it was a solid track. Not again, not one of my favourites, but I enjoyed it. Right, track 12, Numbers, second to last track. Let's jump into it, man.
Bro, I go up and away, and I got all hundreds, they wrinkle like a Sharpay. I'm the realest nigga inside the A. Had them boys in Atlanta, they don't play, Had them boys from Atlanta, told them cage, Had them boys from Atlanta, got bananas for the monkey nigga. Fuck niggas tripping, I get
love the levels, man, of the vocals.
Time ain't going further. I'm doing numbers. I got bands in the bender, and I'm beating David Bender. Count 100, want 100 more, that's hunger.
Well, we need to have an appreciation for how good his vocals do sound.
Yes, I'm hungry.
They sound great, man.
How my diamonds got me yellow like a
that, it's the tone he has in his voice, man. The way he moves it around is ridiculous.
I'ma tell him one time.
What's that, man? That's good, bro. That sounds great. My personal opinion, I love
I
it.
can read it, man.
Ooh. Love the elements being added into this, bro.
Hey, let them gators get they praise.
The way it's fucking breaking at the end of every sentence.
Had them boys in Atlanta, they don't play, Had them boys from Atlanta, told them cage, Had them boys from Atlanta, got bananas for the monkey nigga.
Right, track 12, Numbers. Really enjoyed that one, man. Felt like that sort of picked the project back up. Not that it had fallen down necessarily, but the past two tracks I wasn't mad about, but I really enjoyed that one. I've noticed that this back end of this is that a lot of the time I said he was having fun. This feels like he's got a bit more serious with it almost. Still having that fun edge to it, but I think the beat overall, I thought, again, they're feeling so much more atmospheric. I'm loving all the different elements that are going in and out of the background. And yeah, it just seems like he means a bit more business this end of it. Even though the first tracks were great, I'm feeling more meaning businesses, and it just feels a bit more serious in a sense, the way he's approaching it, and it sounds a bit more, all sounds quite polished. I sort of hope you guys can understand what I'm saying, but I really enjoyed that track, man. I thought it was really solid, like one of my favourites as well, to be honest. There's been some really good tracks on this so far, man. I haven't really thought about how good this project has been so far, man. I'm really impressed. Right, track 13, last track, Just Might Be. I say this at the end of every single album. I don't really want this album to end. I feel like I could listen to another 13 tracks, not gonna lie. But it's a good number though, because I think so far it's been absolutely brilliant. So I think if you can just go out with this, it's gonna be high, man. This is really good. Let's check it out, our last track.
Living life, bro, I'm happy. Nothing more, nothing less. Baby, you know that I might be the real little nigga you ever gon' see. Baby, you know that I might be the true little nigga that you wanna be. Baby, you know that I might be the rich little nigga you ever can treat. And you know that I might just
not what I was expecting to go out with.
All of these niggas, they know that they falling and everyone wanna be me. All of these bitches don't wanna be cheated on, but all these bitches won't cheat. All of these bitches won't be the new wifey, but all of these bitches be cheap. All of these rappers, I swear that they watering now and on the chlorine. I swear out my blood, I could never.
I must admit, this does feel very epic, quite movie-like, and a great outro. He seems to love this choir in the background. It's a constant thing, and I love it.
I got a bitch with a yacht sitting in the bay. Come here, tell me if you wanna go on a date. Yeah, stay for a punch, start clear. Baby, you know that I might be the real little nigga you ever gonna see.
Dude, that flow.
Baby, you know that I might be the true little nigga that you wanna be. Baby, you know that I might be the rich little nigga you ever could treat. And you know that I might just scoop that little bitch up off her feet. All of these niggas, they know that they falling and everyone wanna be me. I could never call, not a fan, not a cop.
Dude.
On the bed, so I said, no, yeah.
I said it was starting to get more like this. So atmospheric, man. It's beautiful, bro.
She might act like she no bird when them players in there. Yeah. Baby, you know that I might be the real little nigga you ever gonna see. Baby, you know that I might be the true little nigga that you wanna be. Baby, you know that I might be the rich little nigga you ever could treat. And you know that I might just scoop that little bitch up off her feet. All of these niggas, they know that they falling and everyone wanna be me. All of these bitches don't wanna be cheated on, but all these bitches want cheat. All of these bitches won't be the new wifey, but all of these bitches be cheap. All of these rappers, I swear that they watering now. And on the chlorine. On the chlorine, bitch. Yeah, I'm about to clean some motherfucker, folks. You know what I'm saying? I got on flu, but you know, still dripping, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, guys, that was Barter 6, the full album by Young Thug. Wow. Wow. Thank you to everybody that told me to check this out, for real, because that was so much fun, man. So much fun. No pun intended at all. I want to quickly mention that final track. Fantastic, man. Quite a beautiful track, and I know that's not usually the word I would use for Thug necessarily, but I think he was building up to that outro. I feel like there was a lot of atmospheric stuff going on. These choirs, man, that I keep mentioning, that I appreciate so much, added such a great layer to majority of the tracks they was on, I think. And like I said, it adds. Don't wear jewellery near a table, man. I'm constantly smashing my watch and my rings all the time. Yeah, it just added such a layer of atmosphere over it, which I thought was needed in certain points. I think especially with that last track, when it sort of switched up and he was going along with this choir. And like I said, it sounded quite beautiful, to be honest with you. And then it would just kick back into these crazy lyrics. And again, that just highlights his versatility and the different shit. He can just go from one lane to another lane to another lane with such ease and such a smooth transition. And I just think it's so impressive, man. And I will stand by the fact that I don't think there's anyone doing it like him that I have heard. Like, okay, I think someone made an argument about Future. Someone even said something about Wayne, but to me, from what I'm hearing, and I know I haven't really heard a lot of Wayne or Future, but it's just crazy, man. The shit he's doing, the confidence he has. I'll say it again and again and again. The confidence he has to pull off these things that not many other people I've heard are pulling off, I think is dope. I know people are probably going to try and crucify me. I'm speaking too quickly. I know a few of you are going to try and crucify me in the comments below, but I don't care, man. Thug is the man. This is a fantastic project. Like, this is one of the best projects I've reacted to. I'm now looking at it now in front of me. There's hardly any skips, maybe one or two, maybe two, and they're in quick succession for me. Was knocked off, and an OD I'd probably say were the two tracks I would have skipped, but the rest of the project, fantastic, and that might even change when I listen to it again, you know. But there were so many good tracks in this, so many good tracks, amazing. Probably the standout to me, to be honest with you. Can't Tell featuring T.I. and Boozy Badass I thought was really great as well. So a lot of really good tracks. Please do let me know in the comments below what your favourite tracks are off here. But overall, I think he just did a fantastic job. I love the levels the album went, you know. I loved how much fun he was having at the beginning. Then he sort of came into his sort of business, you know what I mean? At the end of the project, it felt a bit more real. Not that the previous stuff wasn't real, but it just felt a lot more raw and a bit more concentrated, and there was a lot more atmosphere, like I said, and it felt more movie-like almost coming to the end of it. And overall, I just thought it was a fantastic project. 13 tracks I think is a good number, to be honest with you, because I feel like it was all so good. Any more might have ruined it, you know? You never know. But overall, just a fantastic track. Props to Young Thug, man. Seriously, this has opened up my mind so much more. I can't wait to listen to this album again. That's the main thing. I want to listen to it again now. Like, I'm gonna leave this. I'm probably gonna go get a coffee and listen to this again. No lie, because it's just absolutely fantastic, man. Thugger killed it, bro. Thugger killed it. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, drop a like. If you enjoy my stuff, point you want to see me again, then please drop a sub. Follow me on Twitter, section below. If you have any questions for the Young Thug or anyone else, chuck in the comments below. But for the meantime, guys, I've been Charlie. This has been Barter 6, and I'll see you in the next one.